Hello, this is Amber Willenberg from the U of L Libraries, and in this video, we're going to talk about developing a search strategy and using that search strategy to find peer-reviewed sources for your research paper about a subculture of your choosing. Before we begin strategizing and searching, let's first talk about what an academic peer-reviewed source is. Let's take a look at this article, A Different Kind of Normal, Psychological and Motivational Characteristics of Young Adult Tattooers and Body Piercers. This is a scholarly source, but how do we know this? First of all, we can read the abstract to see this study surveyed 101 young adults about their body modification practices, motivation for tattooing and piercing, and general psychological functioning, and found that young adult body piercers and tattooers appear to be more similar to their peers than dissimilar. In other words, the purpose of this article is to present research and findings on the motivations behind body modification. This is a key feature of academic articles. They add new knowledge to an ongoing scholarly conversation through research. Next, we can see that the author is associated with the University of Central Florida. Academic articles are most often written by professional scholars associated with a college or university. You can see that this article was published in the North American Journal of Psychology. If we Google this title, we can easily find out that this is a peer-reviewed journal, meaning articles published in the journal undergo a formal review process involving other scholars reading and responding to the work. Finally, if we scroll to the end of this article, we'll find an extensive bibliography with pages of citations. As I mentioned earlier, academic articles are written as part of a larger scholarly conversation on a topic, and the bibliography shows how the authors have situated themselves within the conversation on body modification motivations. By citing peer-reviewed sources like this in your own research, you're participating in the scholarly conversation as well. Now that we have an understanding of what academic peer-reviewed sources are, we can talk about finding them. The library is the best place to find academic sources. These types of sources are expensive, and your tuition dollars help pay for the library to provide access to them. While you might be able to find some academic sources on Google, you'll often run into a paywall and not be able to read the whole article for free. Another issue with searching for peer-reviewed sources on Google is that you'll probably get millions of results for your search and have a hard time narrowing the results down to high-quality academic sources. In library databases, your searches will return fewer results, but the results have been curated by humans who decided that these sources are useful for academic research. However, because library databases are more specialized, it's helpful to develop a strategy before we begin searching. Let's say that we've decided to research the question, what motivates people to engage in body modification, for our research paper. If we were using Google to do our research, we could simply search this question to get results. In library databases, though, we'll search using keywords, the most important words from our research question. In this case, motivation and body modification are the most important words from our question. We don't just want to stop there, though. It can be helpful to think about other ways of searching for information on this question, so we have a lot of options for searching. We could add subculture to our list of keywords since we're interested in body modification as a subculture. We could also include keywords for other ways of talking about body modification, like body art and body marking. It's often helpful to think about narrower keywords, so we could add specific types of body modification to our list. Piercing, tattoos, branding. We might also think about different ways of searching for motivation, like rationale. Brainstorm as many broader and narrower keywords as you can. Having more keywords gives you more options for your search, so you don't get overwhelmed or stuck when you start searching. Now that we have a list of keywords to help us search in the database, we need to think about subject areas. The library's resources are organized around academic subject areas, so you need to think about what subject areas might be relevant to your research topic. What kinds of researchers are writing about body modification or motivations for participating in subcultures? We might think of sociology, the study of human behavior, psychology, the study of mind and behavior, or even art, since body modification can be considered a form of art. Once you've developed your search strategy, you can begin using that strategy to find sources through the library. Let's get started on the library homepage, library.louisville.edu. Since you might be off campus right now, one helpful thing you can do right away on this page is go to Accounts at the top right and click Off-Campus Login. Enter your ULink ID and password here so you don't have to log in later when you start finding articles. The best place to get started finding academic, peer-reviewed articles is our subject guides on the left side of the page under Quick Tools. These subject guides divide up library databases by subject area, making it easier for you to find the most relevant resources for your research topic. Remember, one of the subject areas I identified for my research question on the body modification subculture was psychology. So we can click on the psychology subject guide and find a couple of the very best databases where we can search for academic articles in the field of psychology. If I'm particularly interested in the motivation aspect of my question, a psychology database is a great place to start. Let's go ahead and click on the first database listed here, APA PsycInfo. In PsycInfo, one of the first things you'll notice is that there are multiple search boxes at the top of the page. This is why we developed our search strategy with a list of keywords. We'll enter one keyword per box. Let's try some searches. First, we'll put body modification in the first box and motivation in the second. This search gave us 51 results. This is a pretty good number. Just remember that you might have to try out several searches with different combinations of your keywords to get the results you're looking for. For example, if this search had given us thousands of results, we'd probably want to swap out body modification for one of our narrower keywords like piercing or tattoos. On the left side of the screen, you can narrow your results further by eliminating everything that isn't scholarly. If you are looking specifically for scholarly articles, go to Source Type on the left side of the page and check the box next to Academic Journals. This gets rid of other source types like dissertations, news, and magazines that can be useful for research but aren't scholarly journal articles. Since your assignment allows you to include 3 to 5 sources of your choosing, we won't check any of these boxes right now. At this point, you'll need to begin looking through the articles to see if they seem relevant to your research question. The titles I'm seeing look pretty relevant, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this article, Exploring the Motivations for Body Piercing, a Pilot Study. One thing to notice is the abstract. Always read the abstract because it will give you a quick overview of the whole article, helping you determine if it's useful for your research before you read the whole thing. Another helpful tool here is the Cite button. Click this to get the citation for the article, which you can copy and paste into your annotated bibliography. Just be sure to check over the citation and make sure everything is correct. If you decide you want to save this article to read later, there are a couple of options you can choose from. First, you can see if there is a PDF of the article available on the left side of the screen. If so, feel free to save that directly to your computer. Another option is to use the email tool on the right side of the screen to send yourself the article. If there is no PDF, you can click on Find It at U of L to see if we own the article or if you need to request a copy of it. When you click Find It, you'll either see a View Full Text link, which will take you to the article, or a button that says Request Item through Interlibrary Loan. If you see the Request button, that just means we don't own the article, but we will request a copy for you from another school. So just click that button and fill out the form to place a request, and we'll send you the PDF of the article, usually within a few days. If you ever have any questions while conducting research, librarians are here to help. You can chat with a librarian Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 right from the library homepage. Or click Ask a Librarian to find more ways to get in contact with us. You can even schedule a virtual one-on-one research appointment with a librarian for in-depth research help. Thanks!